Today we are going to look at this example and we try to derive a formula for the SM. Let us study a bit on this AP. Okay, firstly, we can see 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. The first term is 3 and the common difference here is 5. If we take the first 4 term, 3, 5, 7, 9. The sum of the first 4 term, we will write it as S4. S4 is equals to 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. This 5 is actually 3 plus 2. 7 is 3 plus 4. 9 is 3 plus 6. The first term is actually 3 plus 0. 3 stand for the first term. 6 also means 3 times 2. 2 times 2. 1 times 2. The first one is 0 times 2. Okay, that will give us our S4. You can see the common difference inside, which is 2, 2, and 2. S4 equals to T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4. If we want to count for S4, it's not necessarily start from the first term, right? So if I write it as T4 plus T3 plus T2 plus T1, it will also give you S4. It becomes S4 equals to 3 plus 3 times 2 plus 3 plus 2 times 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. They are the same. I label the first one as the first equation. I label the second one as the second equation. I want to plus the first and the second equations. We start from the subject. S4 plus S4, you will get 2 times of S4. Okay, if we look at the second one, first term is 3, right? So 3 plus 3, it will give you 6. But we do not want to write as 6. I want to write it as 2 times of 3. Second term also the same. 3 plus 3 give you 2 times of 3. The third term also give you 2 times of 3. And the fourth term also give you 2 times of 3. They are all the same. Okay, now we look at the second term in each term here. 3 times 2, okay, give us 3 times 2. 2 plus 2 times of 2, it will give you 3 times of 2 also. 2 times of 2 plus 2, it will give us 3 times of 2 also. 3 times of 2 itself also give us 3 times of 2. So do you notice that after I plus these two equations, each term here give me the same value, which is 2 times of 3 plus 3 times of 2. And now we want to simplify it. So since we notice all the terms here are having the same value, so can I just write it as 4 times of bracket 2 times of 3 plus 3 times of 2. That will give me 2 times of S4 equals to 4 times of 2 times of 3 plus 3 times of 2. The 3 here is our first term. And the 2 here represent our common difference. You can see this 4 actually same as the number of term here, which is 4, right? Okay, lastly, I do not want the 2 in front of the S4 here. What am I supposed to do?
Divide by 2.
Divided by 2, yes. So both sides divided by 2, or I understand it as times 1 over 2, right? So the other side also I times 1 over 2. The 2 in front here will be cancelled off, and the 4 here divided by 2, it will become 2. But now I don't want to write as 2, I will remain it as 4 over 2. So what I get here is S4 equals to 4 over 2 times 2 times of 3 plus 3 times of 2. You can see the 4, so we know that this 4 represent the number of terms, which is n. You can see the 3 here. So this 3 represent our first term. And we can see the 2 here. These 2 represent our common difference. Okay, next, look at this 3. You can see our number of term is 4, right? So this one is 3. So this 3 is actually 3 times of common difference. Why 3 times of common difference? If you want to find the fourth term, from the first term, you have to plus 1 time, 2 times, 3 times of common difference, right? So this 3 here stand for the number of term minus 1. So with that, we get the general formula for the sum of the first n term for AP. Sn equals to n over 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1 d. Let's say we want to find sum of the first 20 terms. N we replace with 20 over 2. Then after that, the a we put in the first term 3, and the n minus 1 will give us 19, and common difference is 2 here. Okay, let us count it. 20 divided by 2 times 2 times 3 plus 19 times 2. I get 440. So now let us have a look on some example. Let's say if you want to find S5, then we just put the 5 inside, you get the answer already, right? If you want to find S10, same thing also, you put the 10 inside the n, and of course the a and d is 3 and 2 respectively. If you want to find sum of the first 100 terms, you just put in the 100 terms inside, then you will get the answer already. Now, I want you to look at this properly. These 2 times of 3, it means you have 2 times of first term, right? 3 plus 3. So can I break it becomes 3 plus 3 plus 100 minus 1 times 2? Okay, so I want you to look at this properly. 3 plus 3 plus 100 minus 1 times 2. This one is your first term, this one is your first term, this one is your n minus 1, and lastly is your common difference d. Look at this one. What can you see here? 3 plus 100 minus 1 times 2. What is that? The formula.
A plus n minus 1d.
Yes, the formula of Tn is inside the formula of Sn. So I can also write it as 100 over 2 times 3 plus T100. So which means that is the last term of these progressions. We understand it as Tn, but in the formula we label it as L. With this, we get the second formula to find the sum of the first n term, which is Sn equals to n over 2 times a plus l, where the l is the last term. Okay, let us have a look on how to apply the second formula in the same question here. For example, the first one, S5. Now we know that our first term is 3 and our fifth term is 11. So we just have to write it as 3 plus 11. So let us count. 3 plus 11 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 times 5, 35. Correct? Okay, let us look at the second one. S10. So which means the last term is T10. But since we do not know what is T10, so maybe we can find it first. T10 is equals to A plus N minus 1D, which is 21. First term plus the last term. Okay, 3 plus 21 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 times 10 is 120. Correct? Okay, let us try again on the third one. S100. So the last term here is T100. 3 plus 99 times 2. Okay, 99 times 2 give us 198. 198 plus 3, so give us 201. So which means first term is 3 plus the last term 201. 201 plus 3 is 204 divided by 2 is 102. 102 times 100, 10200. Correct. So it's up to you which formula you prefer.